Hey guys, what's up? My name is Dee and welcome back to a new Costco Canada haul. In today's video, I'm sharing a collective haul, this week's haul, and some things that I've run in and picked up over time. It's also Mother's Day this weekend, so happy Mother's Day to all the mamas watching. I'll be doing some gardening, some taste testing, and I'm sharing a new yummy recipe in this one. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so first up, I grabbed some of this Havarti cheese. It's on sale. It has chipotle, habanero, herbs and spice, jalapeno. These are all the ones that I love because I love ones with spice. And I want to do a charcuterie board throughout the week for my lunches and also on the weekend, since Mother's Day is right around the corner. If you're hosting, this would be a perfect, quick and easy thing. You can run into Costco, put this together, and surely impress mom. So this cheese is really, really good. It costs so much when I get this normally at the grocery store, so it's not something I buy often. It is my favorite cheese to have on sandwiches and for charcuterie boards, so I splurged and got this. I'm likely going to open one at a time and freeze each of them separately. That way I don't have them all out at once. But this is a good deal, and I wanted to get that to just have quick and easy things that I can have for dinner or lunches. This is just going to make my life super easy. To go along with it, I got some of this Italian style gourmet meats. So it's this hot calabrese. I think that's how you say it. Hot capococo. I don't know how to say it. It's basically a variety of different spicy meats, and again, this meat with the cheese is gonna go good on a slice of bread. I also picked up some lamb spadici. This is a staple for our house. We love this. My husband likes to do it on the grill outside. You can also put it in the air fryer. All you gotta do is add a little bit of salt and eat it while it's hot. It's so good and perfect for weeknights or the weekend when you're just kind of lounging around, maybe doing some gardening and you're feeling a little peckish. This is perfect, especially if you love lamb. Next up, I picked up 2 packages of this slow braised beef pot roast. Marcel said that this is amazing, and whenever it goes on sale, she gets like 5 or more. So I have never tried it before, but I trust Marcel with any recommendations. So I grabbed 2 packs, and whenever I want some comfort food throughout the warmer weather months, I'll just toss this either in my Instant Pot or bake it in the oven, and I'll have pot roast. And it's actually way more affordable than the fresh pot roast because right now beef is so expensive. So I got 2 for the deep freezer, and that should hold me over for a few months. Hopefully I don't have to get that again until sometime in summer. This week at Costco, I found this new bone-in goat cubes, and it's free-range goat meat. And what I like about this is that it does have the bone in there, so it's going to give better flavor. With this meat in next week's haul video, I'm going to share some recipes as well, and I'll share how I make some curry goat the Jamaican way, but this is like the easiest way that I can buy goat meat, and the price was so good. I could not skip picking this up because I didn't want it to not be available when I was ready to do it. So stay tuned for next week's haul. That's when I'll showcase how to make that recipe. I'm not cooking that this week because I'm taking it easy on myself, but I am going to make sure that I include this in my meal plan for next week. So come back then and you'll see how I make this. It's going to be so good. I already know it. On my list this week, I had some burgers. So I went ahead and picked up this Roadhouse 1/4 pound Angus beef burgers. I think that these are going to be smaller than the ones that we normally get, but the price was pretty good for 24 burger patties, so I got that for the deep freezer. We were actually completely out of burgers, so I'm happy that I wrote that on my list and I didn't forget to get an option. I'm hoping burgers go on sale soon because it's starting to get pretty expensive, but nonetheless, it's way cheaper to get this at Costco versus getting McDonald's every week. So I went ahead and grabbed this pack of burgers for this week. To go along with the burgers, I also grabbed a new pack of French fries. We love these fries. They're perfect in the air fryer. And I'm not gonna lie, my husband makes the best fries ever. And these are the ones that we always get for him to make us some fries. And it's a quick side that you can add to pretty much any meal. But especially on the weekends when no one's trying to cook, just toss some fries in the air fryer and you'll have like a whole meal for super cheap, because ordering takeout is so expensive these days. I'm trying to do what I can to not order takeout. And so having this on hand saves us from spending like $30 on fries at McDonald's. This week at Costco, I found these chicken lumpias, and I've never seen this before at Costco. I love lumpia. It's one of my favorite Filipino dishes to have. And I don't know how to make it from scratch. I'm sure it's pretty easy, but some has this at Costco now. So of course I had to get me some, and I'm going to try it out. So I'm also going to be taste testing this in this video, and I'll share my thoughts on it as well. So just in case you're interested in trying it out, I'm curious to know if it's good. I also love that it comes with the sauce here. So that's an even better bonus, because spring rolls or lumpia without the sauce is okay, but I also like dipping it in the sauce because I find that it's just so much better. So I'll share my thoughts on that shortly. Next up, I also picked up some of these mini Havarti cheese snacks for my kids. They're not so much the fans of the spicy cheeses, and they also love Havarti cheese. So I went ahead and grabbed this. Normally we get like Baby Bell cheese and stuff, but I want to switch things up. Plus they like this. So I'm hoping this could be something quick and easy they can just grab and munch on, and it's also a healthier option for snack time. Over here, I grabbed 3 bunches of organic bananas, a yellow bunch and 2 greenish bunches. Last week, I actually bought 4 bunches of bananas by the time the week was done, and we went through all of them still before 7 days came around. So I figured I'd start off with 3. The selection wasn't really that great this week. I was hoping to get 4. And if you're wondering how do we go through all these, we go through them because we eat them as snacks, and we also use them for smoothies. And also T-Bone loves bananas as well, so he has them too, and he's so spoiled. He gets organic bananas almost every other day or something like that. He's such a good puppy, and he eats so well. Next up, I grabbed some of these cooked organic beets. I don't buy beets often, but when I do, I prefer to buy it like this because I don't know the half of how to prepare it myself normally. But this makes it easy whenever I want to switch things up, add a veggie that I don't normally have, especially in like salads and stuff. This works really great for that, or I can just roast this in the oven and have it as like one of my roasted veggies. Even though it's already cooked and all that, I can still go ahead and do it. And so I'll show how I have these beets in an upcoming video as well, so stay tuned for that. I'll definitely share how to use this just in case you're curious how you can incorporate it into your meals as well. Next up, I grabbed 2 packages of these blackberries. They were actually on sale, and my family eats both packages all at once. My husband and I split a pack, and then my girls, they have the other pack to themselves. And it's like candy to us, so we go through it a lot. And this week we were fortunate enough to see some good options there, so I picked up 2 packages of the blackberries. On my meal plan this week was some steak, and although this is pretty pricey for steak, I've been cutting each one in half recently, and it's been stretching a little bit longer. So for a family of 4, we normally do 2 of these steaks each time, and that will hold us over. So we have, I guess, 2 dinners this month. We're gonna have steak twice, and these are really good. So I'm excited that I went ahead and picked up some steak this week. Up here, I grabbed more half and half cream for my coffee. You know, I've been loving Cafe William coffee lately, and I do the half and half cream in my coffee every time. Next up, I grabbed some orange juice because we needed more, and you know, orange juice is a regular staple for us, so got some more of that. We like the no pulp only. And because Mother's Day is right on the corner, I want to have one of my favorite drinks. I didn't drink for like over a month because I was just trying to be clean before I did my half marathon, which was amazing, by the way. I can't believe I got to experience that. I can't believe I made it through. Endurance is real, and you can put your mind to almost anything that you want to. I did it. And so to reward myself and also have a nice refreshing drink on Mother's Day, I'm gonna make some Moscow mules, and I'll show you how to do that in this video as well. I have done that in the past, And I love it. My husband and I love it. We have so many. They're so refreshing and good. And we also have the cups too. So I'll share more on the Moscow mules throughout the end of this video as well. Next up, I grabbed some lemon pepper seasoning. I've never bought this huge package at Costco before, but this summer I want to have more fish, and I want to make sure that I have light options so I don't feel so heavy after I eat. And I wanted to do some lemon pepper fish. Speaking of fish, this week I got some wild caught haddock fillets. These are frozen. I've never bought haddock before. I don't even think I've made it myself at home before, but I really do want to have some lemon pepper fish, and this is the option I went with because I just recently switched to only having wild caught whenever I can instead of farmed or Atlantic fish options. So I have this option here. I'm gonna probably bake this in the oven with some lemon pepper seasoning and some veggies. I'll show you how I do it in today's video so you can have a nice light meal to go ahead and make for your weekday or your weekend. Also a great option for mom if she likes haddock as well. This would probably be a good fit. Next up, I finally saw golden kiwi back in stock. This is from South Africa. I hope that they're good. One of the last times we had golden kiwi, it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, but I love golden kiwi. And I also want to make some fruit bowls or like some fruit cups and toss them in the fridge. So whenever I'm starting my workday, I have fresh fruit. So I'll show you how I do that in today's video as well. There's gonna be so much food in this video. The reason why you're gonna see so much food is because I shared a poll recently asking, do you wanna see more recipes in my videos? And pretty much all of you said that you do wanna see recipes more often. So I'm gonna make sure that I share some inspo. I am a mom, you know, and it's not every day I get to make something new, fun, and exciting. Most weeks I'm making the same things on repeat. I kid you not, tonight I'm making tacos for dinner because that's what my family likes to have, and it makes my life easy to know it's a quick cook that everyone's gonna enjoy. So I wanted to include more food inspo in my hauls, and so that's why there's gonna be some food inspo in this week's haul and some in next week's. There's no way I can go through all this food at once. So you'll see more of these recipes and more easy weeknight dinner ideas in the coming weeks. And I'll try to keep that regular because I know it helps you all out so much. But thank you all so much for leaving those recommendations, sharing your insights on what you want to see. It helps me make these videos tailored for you. And you know, you're the one watching. I'm making these videos literally for everyone who's trying to figure out what they're going to buy at Costco, how they're going to use it, and how they're going to make sure they get their money's worth. You'll see how I do all that in these recipe videos, so stay tuned for that. With the haddock, I'm gonna serve some green beans, and this is gonna be something I can just saute with some garlic. So I'm gonna do sauteed green beans, the lemon pepper haddock, and then I'm gonna do some rice, and that'll be dinner, and it's gonna be so good. I just know it already. This week I also picked up some Brussels sprouts. The kids love Brussels, and I figure I should get a veggie that I know that they're gonna love, a green veggie, and this is the option I went with this week. I also picked up more corn. Lately I've been making corn in an Instant Pot, and I'll do the whole package at once, and then throughout the day we have corn on the sides of pretty much anything that I make. So I picked up some more corn. I like getting it at Costco, but I love getting it at the local farm even more than Costco. So until then, this is a good deal, and it's always pretty fresh and good tasting. Over here, I grabbed a pineapple. I saw in one of the Costco magazines, they made some pineapple fried rice. So I'm gonna do that with chicken with the leftover rice from the fish that I'm gonna make, and I'll share that in a recipe in this video as well. So stay tuned for that. And I'll also use some of the pineapple for my fruit cups that I'm gonna have prepped and ready in the fridge. To go along with it, I got a mini watermelon. This will also go in the fruit cup. And I know that it's kind of scary to buy cantaloupe right now, but one of my daughters loves cantaloupe, and I'd much rather prefer to buy a whole one, wash it up really good, prep it, and serve it for, you know, snacks. It's a healthy snack, and it'll also do really good in my fruit cups that I'm gonna add in the fridge. So I'll share how I cut all this up and how it all looks and how I put it together shortly. I also picked up some more burger buns. We need that for the burgers that we're gonna do, take out, but way cheaper. So this is gonna go in my deep freezer, and whenever we're gonna do burgers, we'll just take out a pack as needed. I also picked up some Tostitos. That's for nacho night, which is also taco night. I always give the option, do you want a taco or do you want nachos? And so this will go in our pantry and probably last us for the next month. I think I have some cheese queso dip. I hope I do, because this is also really good with queso dip. And so that's a great snack item too. Speaking of snacks, I got more of these chewy granola bars. My kids love those, so I went ahead and picked that up for them as well. And last for the food haul, I picked up some wild mackerel. This is for T-bone because mackerel has really good omega-3s, and with dogs, you can give them things like this. Obviously, you have to be very careful and make sure that you watch for allergies or things like that, but he's not allergic to mackerel, I believe. He's had it before. Actually, no, he hasn't had mackerel before, but he's gonna have some mackerel like maybe once a week or once every other week to try to help with his coat and his shedding. And he's 85 pounds now already. I can't believe it. He's so big compared to my foot. But this is what an 85-pound husky looks like laying down. He's gonna try the mackerel, so when he gives that a try, I'll definitely share his taste test as well. I'm just gonna add it to his food and see what he thinks. I'm sure he's gonna love it. You gonna love it, T? Huh? You gonna love it, T? T-bone. Hi, puppy. All right, so that's it for this portion of the haul. I'm gonna put all this stuff away, and then I'm gonna share some of the other non-food related items that I've picked up over the course of the last 2 weeks. I'm definitely prepping for summer vacation and summer in general, so I got some summer items that are a really good deal at Costco right now. Okay, so here are some of the things I grabbed for summer. I grabbed a pack of these goggles for the kids. One has like the sun protection on it, so it's like sunglasses. One is normal. I'll probably need to grab another pack, but I'm not in a rush to get another pack yet. And then this one is the bigger one. It doesn't cover the nose, but it's probably gonna work better for them. So went ahead and grabbed that for the kids for summer. Again, I'll likely need another pack. I also picked up this chili hat for my husband. It comes in this cream or green color, and I went ahead with this one. I think it's about $34.99. This is just a good hat to stay protected from the sun during summer, and we're going on a cruise, so I really want to make sure that he has a hat option for any of our excursion days, and this is good to have for summer nonetheless. For myself, I picked up this hat. I've been wanting to get this for years, and I finally went ahead and picked it up. The price for this one is pretty good as well. I think it's around like $20 or something. I'll have to check my receipt and see. But this is a really good sun hat. It also looks really good on me, so I'm excited that I have that option. I also picked up a few of these Puma hats. I actually wore the white one on my half marathon run, and it worked amazing. I love that even through the rain, it didn't get damaged, and even through all the sweat, it still looks white. So I have, I think, 3 of those white ones, and I finally picked up a black one because I realized some days I might need a black hat and I don't have one, and for the price of $9.99 you can get a lot of these and still save a ton of money. So I recommend getting this if you're looking for something for your walks or something to just keep you protected from the sun. This is a good option, and the bonus is it also fits the kids because the back is adjustable and it snaps. So yeah, went ahead and grabbed that for myself and the kids, and we should be set with hats for the summer. I also picked up 2 new books. I didn't plan on getting them. This looks like a really good book. It's a thriller, and I featured it in one of my recent shops. So I went ahead and picked it up to support Alyssa Cole. I've heard that her books are really good. I haven't read any before, so this is a first for me. And while I was shopping the other day, I also saw this one again, The Way I Used to Be. And although I featured this as well in one of my previous books, I thought that this would be a good book to bring either on my cruise or to read throughout the summer. I'm so behind on reading, but my toxic trait is that I like to pick up books that look like they're going to be interesting and hope that one day I get through my to be read list. So I grabbed 2 more to add to my to be read, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on these. I hope I get to read them before the end of summer, but I did go ahead and pick up some summer essentials that are a great deal at Costco this week. All right, so it's time for me to go ahead and taste test this. I have never had this before. I do love lumpia, and this has chicken in it. So I have the lumpia, it's ready. Still really hot, but I'm hungry and I want to taste test this. Let's see. All right, so here are my thoughts. It's good. It's not as good as the spring rolls, I'm not gonna lie. The chicken on the inside is a little bit of a different texture than what I was expecting, but I also don't really taste chicken, so that's the thing. The sauce makes it. If you're gonna have it, you definitely gotta dip it in the sauce. The crunch is spot on. I love that you can just put it in the air fryer, so that's good. Overall, it's a really great quality product. It's not authentic like traditional lumpia, but it's authentic enough where it tastes good, and I'd probably buy it again, although the spring rolls are still my favorite. It's fruit prep time. First up, I'm gonna prep this cantaloupe. It's not looking good on this side, so I don't have much hope, but let this be my proof if it's good or bad, because I will definitely try to get a refund on this if it's rotten. It's definitely not looking so good, so let's prep it. So I cut off the dead looking end, and the inside is looking and smelling pretty good. Note to self, add new knives to the buy list. Next up, we're gonna prep the pineapple. I hope this is a good one. I wanna use some of this to make some pineapple fried rice. So let's see how this one goes. So it's not bad looking, but I don't know if this is gonna taste good. So let's try a piece. All right, so it's actually not really that good. It's really sour and it doesn't really taste sweet. I'm not gonna use this to make a fried rice because I don't feel like being disappointed. But what I'm gonna do instead is freeze it up and add it to my pineapples that I have in the freezer and ensure that this doesn't go to waste, and I can easily just use it for smoothies instead. So this is my frozen pineapple that I have in my freezer. I'm just gonna add that in here and really just make sure that this doesn't go to waste. It's not as sweet as I thought it was gonna be, so I'm a little bit disappointed if I'm being honest. Of course, my little sous chef wants some pineapple, so here you go. Did you like it? All right, and now we're gonna prep this watermelon. Let's hope this one's good too. Not too sure if this is going to be good. It's not supposed to have that orange color there. It does look pretty promising though. So T's gonna have some watermelon. He loves watermelon. Now let's get started on some dinner. Tonight I'm making some rice, so I'm just adding some pink salt to my pot of rice with some water. I'm gonna mix that around, cover it up, let that cook for about like 10 minutes. Rice really doesn't take that long to cook. While that's cooking, I'm also gonna steam some of this frozen broccoli. If you don't get this frozen broccoli, I don't know why you haven't yet. Honestly, this is like the one thing that you have to always have in your freezer, and it's so good. So I'm gonna be making the haddock tonight. So I'm gonna line my pan with some olive oil. By the way, before I started cooking anything, I preheated my oven to 375. So I have about 3 fillets here, which is about 1.5 whole haddock fish basically. And I think this is gonna be the right size for my family of 4. So this is what the packaging looks like. I gravitated to this because it's wild caught, and recently I decided to switch from regular, Atlantic or farmed fish to wild caught because it's just better the way that it's like raised and things like that. And so I am sensitive to that now, and it's just a preference. Honestly, you can do whatever you afford because right now the prices for things are so expensive. But anyways, now that my fish is lined in the olive oil, I'm just adding some pink salt. I like all my fish to have salt in it just because I like my fish a little on the salty side. And then I'm going to add this lemon pepper seasoning all over. I'm just going to coat it enough to where I feel like it looks seasoned enough. So everything should sort of look yellow, but it's not like a big pile of yellow seasoning. You just need to eyeball it, honestly. Do it upon your preference. I just do it the way that looks good. And that always works for me. So I'm just flipping it over here, and I'm going to add more salt. And I'm also going to add more seasoning. And the only thing I'm going to do to this is just add some Kerrygold butter that I got from the States. The good butter makes this dish like next level, but you can use whatever butter you have and it'll work just fine. The main ingredient is the lemon pepper, but you definitely want to make sure that you season it well with like your good salts and butter for flavor, because we're also going to make some sort of like a kind of gravy with this. That way the fish isn't like dry. I want it to be moist, and I also want to have like a little bit of gravy to add on my rice as well. So I'm just gonna eventually cover this up with aluminum foil, and then I'm gonna toss it in my oven. And right after that, I'm just gonna get a sheet pan. I decided to do sheet pan veggies because I had a bunch of peppers in my fridge I needed to use up, and I felt like I didn't want to do anything else. And when I put things on a sheet pan and put it in the oven, the work is done for me. So that's what I did with the green beans and the peppers. I'm just gonna add a little bit more olive oil. That way I can coat everything really nicely. If you don't coat it enough with oil, it will come out sort of on the dry side and it'll be hard to chew. And I also sliced up my green beans in half so that way there were smaller pieces and overall easier to work with the fork. So I'm just gonna add some pink salt on the veggies, and then I'm gonna season it lightly with the lemon pepper seasoning so that all the flavors can kind of just, work together nicely. The veggies taste good, the fish is gonna taste good, and the rice is gonna be perfect. So that's something that I do to just sort of kind of combine the flavors. And also, I'm not even thinking or working harder, I'm working smarter. I also found some grape tomatoes that I wanted to use up, so I just tossed that on the pan too. And that's what I love the most about sheet pan veggies. You can literally just add in any sort of veggies you have in your fridge, in your freezer, on your counters. Like any veggie is good when you roast it in the oven. So when this is all said and done, you're just going to put this in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes and you should be done. Dinner is done, and dinner is so yummy too. All I gotta say is that my kids wanted seconds. My husband was disappointed there was no extras. This was so good. One morning during the week, I went to Costco and they had all these veggies for the garden for such an amazing price, and they always grow really well. So I decided I might as well just pick up stuff for my garden now while I see it, because who knows when this is going to be back around again, right? And sure enough, I went back a couple days later and all of this was gone. Everyone bought it all. So enjoy this shop with me. I'm going to meet you home and I'll show you what I've done to my garden. You're literally getting a behind the scenes of me picking everything out, getting it together, and I'll keep you posted all summer on the progress and what I get to harvest. All right, so we're back home and Inspector T is inspecting all the soil we picked up. We got so much soil and I feel like we still don't even have enough. We also got these gardening gloves, which are on sale now. And of course, Mr. T is just sniffing away. He's the reason why I've had to buy two of these black garden beds, and then I have another garden bed that has like a greenhouse cover. He's the reason why we're growing above ground this year. So it's been about a week since we planted, and this is a quick update. It looks like these peppers are growing really well, which is good. The cucumbers are hanging in there. I did notice that maybe a squirrel tried to dig up one of them, but those are growing really well so far. I also have my cherry tomatoes here, which I'm hoping are getting enough sun. I see more yellow flowers and we have some tomatoes. So hopefully I won't have to buy tomatoes anytime soon. I also have some more peppers over here that look like they're doing really well. I think one of them is jalapeno and the other one is banana pepper. I have some grow bags that are on the way, and with the grow bags I'll plant the zucchini, the squash, and the rest of the tomatoes. and those are just hanging out there until those grow bags come. I'll do more planting and share what that looks like then. Over here, the strawberries are protected and doing well still, so that's good. I want to try to get some lettuce to grow in there, but I haven't found any lettuce yet, so I'll keep you posted on my progress with that. I did plant the new pack of thyme here. I can see something is digging in there. Hopefully it doesn't dig it out. This is my thyme from last year. I've heard that it's supposed to grow back, but I don't see it growing back yet, so hopefully I see something growing from there. And then the basil looks a little bit rough. I don't know if it's gonna make it. I hope it does. I'll definitely keep you posted. But so far, this is what the garden is looking like. It's looking pretty good right now. All right, everybody, so that's it for this week's haul. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope it gave you a ton of inspo to get through your week. And until the next time, I'll catch you in my next video. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, guys.